to Wilmington, North Carolina. He has started his education there. That's where he went to elementary school, and that's where he went to his middle school. And once he got to middle school, he started excelling at 3 sports. And these 3 sports were baseball, football, and especially basketball. And he has got many certificates, awards, and achievements for these 3 sports. But one obstacle he had in his life in middle school was his education. His education was not to the extent and it was not to the standard. And he did his best and he worked hard to get to that point where he was good in education, and that was until he got to high school. When he got to his high school and he was a sophomore, he was a B+ student and he started excelling at his education. And he still was excelling at the 3 sports I have stated. And in the last year of his high school, he made his varsity team. And seeing his skills and playing many intense games and winning these games have made him been chosen for the NBA. And once he was chosen for the NBA, he was drafted for the Chicago Bulls. And whenever you would say Chicago Bulls before Michael Jordan came, they would say, oh, that team's going to lose to this team. They're not that great. And that was only before Michael Jordan came. And after Michael Jordan came, he changed everyone's concept and he changed everyone's central idea. And he made everyone say that Chicago Bulls is the best. They're going to win to this team. And for the first 3 years that he played, he won 3 NBA championships straight. And he also won an MVP award that year. And that states most valuable player. And he has gotten, and then after looking at his skills, and after many people judging his skills, they have chosen him for the Olympics basketball team. And this team, he was chosen for the Dream Team. And this Dream Team was one of the best teams made in the whole entire world. And he was chosen for it. And that was one of his greatest achievements out there. Until now, that is still one of his greatest achievements. And once he got to the Olympics, he won the gold medal, and he won the whole basketball tournament for his team and himself. And once he came back, unfortunately, his father died from a robbery incident. And once his father died, he had really strong emotions, and he was in despair. And he decided to go to baseball for some time to let out his emotions so it doesn't affect him while he's playing basketball. So he went to baseball, let out his emotions, calmed down, and once he came back to basketball and was drafted for the Chicago Bulls once again. And after he was drafted for the Chicago Bulls, he was rusty and he wasn't into his shape and he wasn't back to normal. So his determination, of course, has brought him back to his level, has brought him back to who he was once before. And because of his determination, we see better than he was once before. And also for the next 3 years, he won another 3 NBA championships also. And after working on many other skills for basketball, he won the Most Defensive Player of the Year award. And he had many awards, and he has achieved many awards. And this was all because of his failures. Michael Jordan's failure has changed his life. It has changed him and his mind. And some qualities that I admire from him till now are, number 1, his sheer determination. His determination never stopped pushing him. And because of that, he's one of the greatest basketball players still out there. And his determination never let him down and never let his team down. And that caused him to win many games and championships. And he stated that talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships. And that basically means you can't win a game just by yourself. And if you just, for example, in basketball, if he just hogs the ball and keeps making shots, and he might win 1 or 2 games by himself, but he needs his team to win the greatest achievements out there. That's the reason he won many championships and many NBA titles. And he was not just a good player himself, but he was also a good team player. And he has failed so many times. And quality number 2 that I admire from him is his confidence. His confidence was extraordinary. And whenever he would make a move on the court, whenever he would take a shot, he would always have the confidence saying that I can do it and I am trusted to make this shot. And he would make the shot. And for example, when he makes his foul shot, the first shot he does it with his eyes open. And when he does the second shot, he does it with his eyes closed. And of course, and he did make the shot, of course. And that was all because of his confidence. And his confidence never let him down. And his team always trusted him, and he trusted his teammates. And that's why he got further in his life and in his career. And he also said that my attitude is, if you push me to a weakness that you think is weakness, I'll turn that perceiving weakness into a strength. And that means I'll take this weakness that I have and I'll make it into a strength, and so I can become better. And of course, no one is perfect in life. Everyone has obstacles, everyone has bumps. And he has made those bumps and made them smooth. And of course, there's always room for improvement. And he kept taking that room for improvement and kept making himself better and better and better. And that's why we see him as the NBA legend. And he has failed sometimes in his life. For example, in high school, he did not make the varsity team the first time. He made it the second time because his coach chose another player instead of him. And that was just because he was not tall enough. And do you think that's a right way to judge someone?
No.
And that's not. You can't judge someone because they're not tall. And of course, after the coach see him play once more, and after seeing him grow taller, he has made it the second time. And he has played many more intense games. And one obstacle he had in middle school was his education. His education has blocked him from playing sports because he had to focus on his education more than his sport, so he can excel in his education portion of his life. And after he came back from baseball, he went back to basketball. And that was because his father died. And so, what I have learned from his qualities and what I have learned from him and his path and from his life, to never stop pushing yourself, to never give up. And there's a quote stating that from him: if you come across an obstacle, don't just stand there and don't just stand there and turn backwards. Try to climb it, break through it, go around, and try to get past it. Only if you break, and that means only if you break the obstacle, you can achieve the goals in front of you. You can achieve the goals that are coming in the future, and that's only if you break your obstacles. So don't stand there, be lazy, and turn backwards. Go and try to break that obstacle. And if you do fall, don't stop. Learn from what you did and try again. Do better again, so you can move forward in your life. And using failure for success is his third quality. And his third quality is the most important because using his failures for success made him better. And I can take this quality from him and I can inherit it so I can become a better person in my life. And my goal is totally different from his goal. His goal was to become the NBA championship, and of course he has achieved that goal. My goal is to become a doctor. And I can learn from his small steps. I can learn from him, for example, I can learn from taking my failures so I can become successful. And of course I do repeat my mistakes, and that is one negative part of my life. And if I fix this, I can become a better person so I can achieve my goals, just like Michael Jordan did with his. And also, I will inherit my sheer determination from him because his determination has never stopped him. So I want to take this quality for myself so I can move forward in my life and so I can achieve my goals. And also, as I said, there is no stop for improvement. So I can keep improving and improving. And have you ever had a moment when you face an obstacle and you couldn't pass it for some time? Can you name it, please? That's okay, and thank you for volunteering. Michael Jordan has faced many obstacles in his life, and that's all because of his obstacles he became successful. And just like that, we all can become successful from facing our obstacles and breaking through it. And we have much to learn in our life. And my inspiration is Michael Jordan, of course, and we all can learn from him today as well. In conclusion, I want to say that working hard always pays off in the end, no matter what. Even if you don't make it the first time, the second time, or the third time, one day or another, you'll become successful, and that is with no doubt. Because if you don't put hard work, then you won't achieve anything. But if you have the hard work, and you put your hard work, and you put your 100% best, then of course, no matter what happens, you will do the best in your life. And Michael Jordan is the best NBA player out there. And even if you go up to someone and ask them, who's the best NBA player, with no doubt and with no second thought, they would say Michael Jordan. That's because he has achieved that name for himself because of his hard work and his dedication. And I want to finish it off by saying, success is not a thing or an idea. It's abstract. And once we come to it and once we realize it, then the true meaning of success will come to us. And I want to thank my mom and my dad and my brother for helping me out with my speech. And I want to thank the judge for spending his time with us to judge my friends and me. And definitely, I want to thank the audience for listening and being patient. And last but not least, I want to thank Mrs. Priya for teaching me many steps, many tips, and giving me so much advice for me to become who I am today. And thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, Hardhik, again. It was inspired. It was interesting, actually, let me put it that way. And then, obviously, the reasons that inspired you came through as well. So, again, good job on the presentation. Question would be, I think this is the advantage of going personal labs. Like I tell people, there is no advantage to going personal labs because then you're held up against the others, right? So you've heard your friends speak, right? So they've been inspired by, I would say, slightly different type of personalities. Somebody is trying to pick up his people out of dire circumstances into freedom, like Nelson Mandela, Steve Jobs, overcoming personal adversity and trying to rise up. Right? Michael Jordan had different kinds of problems. Now, what about Michael Jordan inspires you that is a little different from the other two, right? So that would be a question. Why did you choose Michael Jordan?
Why I chose Michael Jordan was because he has taught me to work hard and not to give up just there. Unlike Nelson Mandela and Steve Jobs, where they were creative and they inspired others by a material that they made or by their confidence and their will and dedication for helping and saving others, or in the cases of Steve Jobs, entertaining people with materials that he has discovered. And Michael Jordan has inspired me because he has worked hard, and his hard work definitely pays off, and we all have to speak of him today is because of his hard work, and that hard work inspires me so I can achieve my goals in the future.
I'm pretty sure people just say, like, if you go on the street and ask someone who's the best NBA player, I'm pretty sure they just say Michael Jordan and they just hear it.
True. Any other questions?